You have the eyes of one who has traveled much.
Does all of this farmland belong to you? I've put my son Ang in charge of my vegetable farm, just down the hill. My nephew Liang runs the pig farm down to the west, and his father, my brother, maintains a small sheep ranch to the south of that. My farming days are over. These days I just gather the harvested crops and sell them to folks headed down this road. Less time on my feet, more money in my pocket.
Family.
That does not sound bad at all.
These are
By the way, I apologize. I meant to grab the quest that led into us going to the zone, the one that was called His Name is Chen Stormstout. I meant to grab that one as well. I didn't, my bad. Welcome, visitors. You've come to sample some of my son's turnips, perhaps purchase a few pigs. Please, make yourselves at home. I have plenty of room.
May you find master.
I apologize for the state of things around here. The vermin, those rabbity creatures down the hill, have been pushing further and further into my family's farm. And our crops, which are normally bigger and more delicious, by the way, have been suffering because of it. I'm no soldier, but you might be. Well, yes, yeah, but that's besides the point.
Skinny.
Would you mind pushing some of these vermin off of our land? Sure. You know, I'm a demon hunter, and yeah, I'll go ahead and help you out with these vermin.
The value of a big belly.
Sorry if I talked over that, but if you didn't catch it, they're back to talking where she's like, why do you like it here so much? Why is that, Lily? Because those two guys make you feel skinny. And he's like, hey, why would I want to feel skinny? Size is strength. Just look at Zhao over there. He understands that I have a big belly. And Zhao's like, Remember, he had lots of bowls of rice in front of him the last time we saw him. And he even said, you really should try the rice. So, I want to talk about this for a moment. And I may have my lore a little off on this, but I just want to make a point about this. You see this, right? This is a turnip. This is a turnip, and just look at how huge it is. It's bigger than me. Now, there's a reason for this. This has to do with the Titan technology that is actually here in Pandaria. This is not something that's necessarily natural. This is more so an effect of one of the systems that they have here, courtesy of the Titan's technology. But this also demonstrates the way that the Pandarians are able to just flourish so much when it comes to things like crops and such. Like, one of the reasons why he back there turned down the offer from Chen about taking, food and brew and such is because they don't need it from other people. They're more than well off because, well, look at how big their crops are. Like, just simply think about how much one of these turnips could feed, like, an entire family or even an entire village. And this is not the only place that does this. Like, pretty much the entire zone of the Valley of the Four Winds is going to be, like, showing this off. It's not necessarily in your face, but it's there if you notice it. If you're looking around and you notice these things, like, they're not going to draw that much attention to this, but this is just something you look at and you're like, oh my gosh, this is a gigantic turnip. Because, well, yeah, it's one of those visual storytelling elements. Now, this is not just the case in Pandaria. When I was showing the starting zones and we got to the Wandering Isle, I showcased this as well, that also on the Wandering Isle, they had a huge amount of bountiful crops, which is one of the reasons why they can actually be able to sustain themselves there in an isolated place like the Wandering Isle compared to having to make contact with, like, the main land in order to be able to actually get resources or trade for food and such, because they have such rich, bountiful soil that they can be able to grow crops this gigantic to sustain themselves. Just, yeah, and so you're probably going, oh, well, I mean, this might just be the turnips. No. This is not just with the turnips. As we go through this zone, you are going to see quite a few different types of crops that are benefiting from this. Well, I can't show them to you at the moment, but I will. As we progress and continue through this zone, we will be seeing this quite often. In the meantime, let's take down some of these little vermin, shall we? You go away! Little marsh fiddler.
I don't have a target. I need to target something first.
I'm sorry. That poor marmot. Alright, here's another example. Look at these watermelons. Now, yeah, some of these watermelons are kind of like, I guess what we would call normal size. Like, this is the kind of watermelon we would see in real life. Where like, oh yeah, it's a big watermelon, but in real life, this is probably as big as watermelons get. They don't get this big.
I need to get closer.
It's Vermin land! Whew. I apologize if it seems a little laggy or choppy, but this tends to happen whenever I go to an area that has, like, lots of grass and trees and such. It's a constant problem I have with my current rig. Alright, so here's the pig farm he was talking about. We've got lots of Thunderfoot pigs here. There's Liang. Hello, Liang Thunderfoot. We were just told about you.
Greetings, Wanderer.
Running a pig farm is more work than you'd think, though most of it can be boiled down to find more food for the pigs.
Next one is on me.
I mean, considering how much food you have, just look at them eating away at that gigantic turnip. I think you're fine. But then again, as we also know... Ew. I mean, it's a pig, of course. He's, gonna be a little smelly. But, as we also know, if you want to get rid of something, just feed it to a pig. You think I'm joking? I have heard that is a way that people actually try to get rid of, say, bodies. When they're, like, if there's, like, a murder or a death, they just try to feed it to pigs, and the pigs will actually eat it up and try to basically erase any trace of it left. The point being that you can essentially feed anything to a pig, and they'll eat it. Literally anything. But considering the gigantic crops they have here, I think finding food for pigs is not exactly going to be an issue for these Pandaren. I totally forgot to,
I'm out of range.
talk to Muno the farmhand here. Also, I love that there's a troublemaker just sitting right here on top of the trough. Your face is dumb, Muno. You're gonna get shoveled upside head. Apparently they like to just shout at each other. Vermin, they don't just eat your food. Eat our food. They tried to start farms of their own. The problem is, well, they ookin' dumb. You know, believe Muno? Last night they break into tool sheds, steal equipment. When we wake up, we find rakes and wheelbarrows planted in ground. They was watering them. They was trying to grow wheelbarrows. Please, while you out there, unbury our stuff. Unbury 6 pieces of equipment. Obviously, you could have been doing this while we were killing the vermin. Notice how we are once again back to doing small problems. We just dealt with, the Horde and the Alliance coming to blows, awakening the Shaw of Doubt. And basically, causing horrible damage to that statue, which is going to set back the the plan that they had for Yulan to basically, like, either pass on her essence to her successor or sort of get reincarnated into a much younger form because she's quite old. Like, we just had to deal with that, and now we're here helping with the farmers deal with vermin and collecting farm equipment. Like, I know this is kind of like, okay, it's a little bit of a breather after we just dealt with something that horrible, because we saw how horrible as well in the dungeon of the Temple of the Jade Serpent, what the corruption of the Shah does to people. Like, we saw that we literally had to kill 2 people that we had met earlier that were fine, but because they were so corrupted by the Shah, we had to kill them. And now we're just here like, alright, we're just moving on. What?
Hmm? Oh, thanks, friend. Now maybe a Horde can get some Ukan work done around here.
Funny looking wicked.
I hope you're not tired of hearing the word Ook or Ukan, because we're only just starting. Why do I have that on my interface? So, I don't know why, but for some reason, I think a number of the Blizzard games... Oh, Omnibar, that's what it is.
Are you done with your beer?
But,
Almost.
Alright. But apparently there's some maintenance that needs to be done on some of the games, and that'll be done later this Monday.
What with...
And I'm guessing that's also going to include WoW as well.
Slow down.
Well, they're not all gone yet, but there's less of them, and they aren't holding their ears quite as high anymore. I guess I'd guess that they're scared of you, PapaNeeks.
I mean, I am a demon hunter. Why wouldn't they be scared of me?
Your help here is appreciated. I'd like to give you another job, if you're interested. My son, Aang, runs the small farm just down this hill. He should have brought me some fruits and vegetables this morning, but I haven't seen him all day. Would you go down there and see what's going on?
Hello, friends. How are we going to find the hidden master?
The hidden master? What is this? Zhao, my friend, would you care to lend me to, include me on what you guys are talking about?
Welcome.
Oh, hello. Are you looking for the owner of this place? Then look to the Pandaren up at the top of the stairs. I'm just a visitor, like you. And now, if you'll excuse me, my friends and I are trying to decide something. We can talk again afterwards.
But I want to listen in.
So, do any of you know where the hidden master lives?
I am pretty sure that is why he is called the Hidden Master, Lin.
Oh, sorry. So, where should we search first?
I can try asking the streams for guidance.
Ask the streams? You're no elder, Ashio. You're not even a Jinju grown yet. It would be a waste of your time.
Ken thinks we split up. Follow the 4 winds.
That's a much better idea, Ken. I volunteer to travel south, into the jungle.
I will follow the north wind. Ken go chase east wind. Shortest walk.
I suppose I'll go west then.
Very well. As the oldest and fattest among us, I will wait here for each of you to return. Good luck, friends. Once we find the hidden master, we can continue our training.
Wouldn't you love to be in Zhao's position? Alright, as the oldest and the fattest among all of us, I'm gonna wait right here for each of you to do your jobs and come back. I like Zhao, if it's not obvious. He's making sure to take the easy route here. Oh, man. Were you listening in? Don't worry, I don't mind. You're welcome to search for the Hidden Master as well. Though if you do find him, I'd appreciate it if you came back here and told me where he was.
Jade Serpent.
And now we get quests to check in on each of them.
There is
Kang's pride regularly becomes overconfidence, which often leads him down dangerous paths. His current path is as dangerous as any. He's headed deep into the Krasarang wilds. I always mess up saying that. Probably when I hear somebody to correct me on how it's supposed to be pronounced. I wouldn't normally ask a favor of a stranger, but would you make sure that he is well? It would give me relief to know that a brave blood elf was looking out for him.
May the mists protect you.
Lynn is more talented than she thinks she is. Strong of fist, but weak of spirit. With more confidence, she could do better than all of us. Perhaps she will find the surety that she needs on her trip into the west. She's probably on her way to Stoneplow as we speak. Stop and speak to her, if you find yourself on that side of the valley.
You guys make me feel skinny.
Next one.
So, Ken, the Hosen, the one who sounded like Gollum for a second. Personally, I am impressed that he's progressed so far in his training. He's got a brain between his ears, which is more than can be said for most of his kind. Hey, he said he was headed east, but seeing as we're already on the far east side of the valley, I can't imagine that he went too far from here. Look for him at Zoo's Watch in Krasarang Wilds, down the path to the south. See what he's found.
There is no hurry.
I'm not sure where Clever Ashio got his clever title from. All Jinyu are clever, and I wouldn't say that he's any more clever than most of them. Quite the opposite, actually. At least he's a capable fighter. He did well enough at Tian Monastery to be selected for our training mission. If you want to help him look for the Hidden Master, you can find him along the valley's northern border.
May the mists protect you.
I like how each of these are kind of like, hey, you can check in on one of them as you're going into a different part of the area or a different zone. I think it's really cool. It's like once we go down to the Krasarang Wilds, we'll be able to check in on those two over there. We'll be able to check in on Ashi over there. And when we eventually make our way over there to Stoneplow, we'll check in with Lynn. Oh, hold on. I went too far.
Tell me of your travels.
What? Who the... My father sent you? Shush, he can be so nosy sometimes. I have everything under control here.
Jade, sir.
Alright, fine. I don't have everything under control here. I spent all morning fighting off vermin. I managed to clear them off of my property, but they got away with some of my crops. They took them down to the river to the south. I have no idea what they're doing with them, but it's probably not eating them. If my father wants his delivery now, I'm going to need some help getting those crops back. Could you help me out?
There is no hurry.
Hello, Anna.
Greetings.
I went off this morning to watch my papa fight the vermin. When I came back, the farm was full of marmots. I don't want to kill them, but we need to get rid of them. Hey, I know. We could close the holes. Fill in their holes with... excuse me. Fill in their holes with dirt, so they can't come out in our farm anymore.
I hope to see you again soon.
The marmots get mad if they see you ruining their holes. Just nudge them out of the way first, and they'll leave you alone. Okay, get out of the way. I didn't nudge him out of the way. I kicked him out of the way. Get out of there. Boo! I just punted him. Kick the baby. I mean, look, if you guys have seen South Park, you know what I'm referencing when I say kick the baby. Boom! Just straight up punted him away from there. He's like, hey! Blah! Blah! I like how there's even an objective to actually kick a certain amount of them away.
Welcome.
Oh, thank you, ma'am. Now I can get back to my chores. Huh. A puntable marmot is a toy, and apparently I actually already have this toy. I don't remember ever actually getting this toy before, but apparently I already know it, so... Ah! I got Leap of Faith! Demon Hunter. Yoink! What is going on with these vermin and them stealing the vegetables? What the? So, you're probably noticing they're not eating the turnips.
It's too far away.
That's because they hate turnips. He just chucked a watermelon at me. Yeah, they didn't steal them to eat them. They stole them because they just wanted to, like, destroy them. Notice that's what he's doing. He's kicking the turnip.
Pandaran pay for growing disgusting turnips.
They hate turnips. Absolutely despise turnips. So they stole them because they wanted to destroy them. And then they want to make the Pandaran because how dare you grow disgusting turnips! Now, I think some players probably hate quests like this because they think it's kind of silly or beneath them, but there are times I'm honestly more than fine with quests like this because we need moments of, like, what's the proper term here? I like it when in between the seriousness and darkness that we usually have to deal with when it comes to some of the things that happen in the story of WoW, that we have moments of, like, lightheartedness? Is that the right term I'm looking for here? That we're helping these Pandaran deal with stolen vegetables that were stolen by Vermin because they hate them. So they want to make them pay for it. Just, yeah.
Hello.
I like that we have some quests like this.
Next one.
Oh, perfect. What were they doing down there?
Because he sees that the turnips are bruised and the watermelons are soggy because the watermelons were in the water getting drowned.
Jade Serpent.
Here, my father will be wanting this. Thank you again for helping me with the vermin.
May the mists protect you.
Take a crate of fresh crops to Pang.
You are most welcome.
Do I smell turnips?
May the red
Oh, no, that's what I like to see.
in your heart.
Will you get off the roof? Hey! Get off the roof.
May you find mastery in your passion. Tell me of your travels.
Most of these vegetables will be sold, but I'd like to keep some for my family, specifically my nephew.
Hey! Look at how many of them are on the roof.
Specifically, my nephew Liang needs some to feed to his pigs. Unfortunately, the pathway to Liang's farm is currently swarming with snag-tooth vermin. We're going to have to ask Miss Fanny to help us out. Bring some of the food we've gathered to Miss Fanny, who stands next to my house, and then ask her, nicely, to send them down to Liang's ranch.
Bring the giant pink turnip, the summer watermelon, and the extra spicy tofu to Miss Fanny and ask her to deliver them. The food must land on Thunderfoot Ranch.
Go down.
Look, here comes Miss Fanny right now.
Be savored.
That's right, folks. This is Miss Fanny. Just lovely, isn't she? Alright. Let's see here. Oh, hi, little Tib. He's a stable cub. Alright, so we've got a turnip, a watermelon, and some extra spicy tofu. Miss Fanny. No?
Miss Fanny, you're stronger than that. Try to put a little more ook in it next time.
Okay, average power?
Oh, easy, Miss Fanny. You hit one of those too hard, they go boom.
Okay, so you have to pick the right one for each one. Gotcha. Alright, let's see. The turnip. Average power. Whee!
Whoa, nice shooting, Miss Fanny.
Alright, softly. Boom.
luck, Miss Fanny. You got nice control.
Alright, the tofu. Softly?
It barely even go halfway down the hill.
Okay. Alright, how about average power?
It barely even go halfway down the hill.
Okay, fine. Hit it as hard as possible.
Whee! Nice, Miss Fanny. You hit it strong.
And now we'll go down there and he'll be like, whoa! What were those things flying towards my farm?
I would enjoy the trip more if we were actually going
Oh, hey,
somewhere.
Chen and Lily made their way down here.
Hello.
I understand that you're the one who sent the food down from my uncle's farm. Thank you. My pigs are picky eaters, but those turnips and watermelons are some of their favorites.
There is no hurry.
This is a family farm, in case you haven't noticed yet. We Thunderfoots don't fight, we don't explore, we don't even drink that much. We do enjoy our food, however.
Jade Serpent, guide.
I told you earlier my pigs are picky eaters. They need to eat meat to grow strong, but they don't like mutton. They don't like yuck, and I am not about to feed them any pig meat. They do, however, eat meat off of the Mushan beasts, and they're also quite partial to turtle. Both creatures can be found in abundance to the west. My skills as a hunter are admittedly quite weak. Can you help out a young rancher and his pigs?
May the mists protect.
I try to keep an eye on my stock, but every once in a while some of them sneak away with all the confusion that these vermin are causing. I may have let my guard down for a few moments and some of my pigs escaped. Would you care to look for them? I'd start by looking down the hill to the west.
Next one is on me.
We have to go find Jian, Ling, and Smelly.
Here we are, finally setting foot in our ancestral home for the first time in our lives. And you want to stop and rest by a pig farm?
Be patient, please. If we explore Pandaria too quickly, we will quickly run out of Pandaria to explore.
That barely even makes sense. You're just saying that because you're lazy and old.
I will admit, Lily can get a little rude sometimes, but she is a child. I mean, aren't lots of kids like that way when they're her age?
What's your lucky do?
What's your lucky do? Well, we will,
Good fortune to our friend.
we'll deal with that later. We'll eventually make our way there. Wait. Jian. Alright. Oh, it's an adolescent Mushan. Oh, I feel bad. Smelly! He's like, huh?
I need to target something first.
Oh, hold on. That's the world boss. And he's already dead. Of course. Just like in regular retail. Of course, you'll probably notice on my other character, actually on this character, well, it doesn't matter, any of my characters, I got it. Obviously I didn't get it to drop, I just simply bought it with the bronze. After all, that's one of the points of this event, is that you can do that. Now that's interesting, why didn't it,
I'm out of range. I need a target.
What? That's strange.
I need to target something first.
Ah, there we go. Maybe I just got really unlucky.
It's too far away.
So we gotta get meat from these Mushans and also from these turtles. Ah, the Shredder will be proud. Oh, hey, it's Ling.
Tonight I dine on turtle soup.
I need to get closer. I'm out of range. Target. I don't have a target.
Just one more.
Here we are, finally setting foot in our ancestral home for the first time in our lives, and you want...
I'm gonna go ahead and mute her for a moment while I'm reading this quest text. Because they'll just keep repeating it, and I'm sure it can get a little repetitive.
It hurts my ears to hear their hungry squeals. Once you've been a pig rancher for a while, you can distinguish hungry squeals from regular squeals. You're not just a demon hunter, but you're a butcher too? Oh, you've got an eye for quality pig food, neighbor.
He throws the meat into the muddy pit below.
Here you go, girls. Good to see you, PapaNeeks. Have you found them? They should be
The 3 missing. Yeah, I found them.
Oh, there they are. Back into the sty with you 3 now. Thank you, neighbor. I'm truly grateful for your assistance.
I am not the only one who is having trouble. By the way, now we see that they are actually back there. There's Smelly, there's Ling. Well, I'm sure the other one is here as well. I'm probably just not seeing it.
I'm not the only one who's having trouble with his stock, it seems. One of Francis's sheep has wandered over to my ranch for the 3rd time this week. I'm beginning to think that he needs help tending to his flock. You should check up on him, neighbor, and bring this poor little thing with you.
We're going to take the wayward lamb to Francis the shepherd boy. Okay.
We get a poor little wayward lamb.
All these woolly sheep. Hello, Francis. Oh, you really shouldn't have brought the lamb back to me. He was safer in that pigsty than he is over here.
Bye-bye.
First the hawks came. You've probably seen some of them circling above. The wolves came shortly after. I think they smelled my weakness. Hold on.
Come back soon.
Hold on.
Hi there.
Ah! Hawks! Ah! Wolves!
You're fun.
The wolves came shortly after. They think they've smelled my weakness. I'm not nearly as brave as Master Shang thought I was. The master will be quite cross with me if I don't do something about these beasts. Can you help me, ma'am?
Tell me a story before you go. Where are you going?
Go away! Bring my sheep back!
Bye-bye. Where are you from? Come back
Did that
soon.
wolf... Oh my gosh, that wolf just grabbed a sheep and ran off with it. I've been thinking, the wolves might stop attacking if we kill their pack leader. We call him Lupello, and he patrols the opposite riverbank. Kanji is broken by another attack.
Tell me a story before you go. You're fun.
It's too far away.
Your days of stealing sheep are over! There's Lupello. Ah, the River Strider. I remember when getting that mount was such a big deal. People thought getting this mount to be able to just use it to go on top of water was such a big deal. Now, at the time, it wasn't a big deal to me because at the time I was maining a shaman. Remember, shamans have water walk. So I just had this, you know, natural ability from my class to be able to just run on water. So I didn't think it was a big deal at the time. And I thought the same thing when I was also maining a Death Knight, because Death Knights have that ability to turn water into ice, so they can just run on top of it, no problem.
I need to target something first.
And it honestly never really bothered me that much, and when they introduced mount equipment, I was always getting the one that got rid of days, because I absolutely cannot stand days. I hate days, the way it just removes you from your mount. I can't stand it. So anytime I could, I would put that particular mount equipment on my characters. But what I was surprised by was the amount of people that were instead getting the one that allowed you to walk on water. Now, I remember when they introduced that, a lot of people were up in arms because they thought it devalued getting the Water Strider mount, because they're like, I put so much in to get that mount, and now it's completely pointless to have it and useless, and you know. Again,
what you doing?
I wasn't one of those who did that, so I didn't think it was a big deal.
Where you going?
They're not stopping, but at least we fought back, right?
Bye-bye.
Look! Bring my sheep back! These hawks just straight up stealing the sheep! Stop it! I know I should be the one fighting them off, but maybe I'm not cut out for shepherding after all.
Where you going?
Oh, here comes the master now. Francis, we need to talk. Shang Thunderfoot.
Speak up.
Francis, you need to show bravery. You have everything it takes to make a great shepherd, except the courage to face your fears. You, stranger. You helped the rest of my family. Francis is like a second son to me. Show my apprentice what it means to lack fear. Use this rope to lasso and defeat one of the great white hawks above us.
Okay.
Until next time.
Come see me when you are finished. I live in the small farmhouse just down the road.
Sure thing. Aren't you scared? Oh, please, Francis. I'm a demon hunter. Do you have any idea what I've had to deal with and face?
I don't have a target.
Ah!
I need to target something first. I don't have a target. I need a target.
This is always awkward to do combat like this, since you're just kind of like, you know, doing some of your basic abilities rather than actually, like, you know, having to do some other stuff. But hey, it works, I guess. Get onto the other back. Get up on the Hydra's back!
I need to get
boy.
closer.
Oh boy. Well, I can turn it in now, but this other one wants a piece of me. Never mind. He was like, ah, you're not worth it. I just saw you kill that other one. I'm not letting you kill me too. Oh, he lives, like, down over here.
Ah, we meet again. You're looking for Shang? I think he's in the back.
Going. There's a whole big valley waiting.
Polishing his melon.
You're too focused on the bottom of that mug to see it.
Ah, yes, Lily. But the bottom of this mug is very interesting to me.
I'll leave without you. Don't think I'm bluffing. I don't need some smelly old uncle to hold my hand.
Why are you so impatient? Are you worried that the mists are going to come back before I finish my drink?
Well, now I am.
Again, she's a child. She's very impatient. That is a... You thought the watermelons I was showing you earlier were big. Look at the size of this thing! This thing is bigger than me on my mount. It's probably as big as a Tauren on his mount.
Francis has taken longer than I expected to become an effective shepherd. We all go through these phases. My son Liang was weak once too, as was I. But he will learn. It is the Thunderfoot way.
You seem a little parched.
Ah, hello again. What is this, the fourth time that we have run into another one already? Into one another already? Say, my keg is quickly becoming quite empty. I've heard mention of a brewery to the southwest, and that's where we're headed. Would you care to join us? Well, of course I would.
Almost.
I'm ready. Let's hit the road.
Come back with some stories.
All right. I suppose we have stayed here long enough. These Thunderfoots are good people. But they do not have enough ale between them to fill a cask. Let's go find something to drink. Shall we, Lily?
If beer gets you off your butt, then sure. Let's go find you some beer.
Farewell, Shang.
You kids have fun at Mud Mugs. And thanks again.
Mud Mug? Come on, slowpokes. Gosh, look at this. Look at this. I'm sorry, I will never not think that Pandaria is just absolutely beautiful. Seriously. Look at this view. Now, it's a little murky and rainy at the moment here, but just imagine this place with, like, the sun out and just a clear sky, just, oh. Mud Mug?
Hey, yo! Stranger!
We are looking for a brewer named Mudmug. Do you know of him?
I'm Mud Mug. Who's asking?
I am called Chen.
And this is my niece, Dee.
Y'all any good at fighting vermin?
Heck yeah, we are. I've probably beaten up about, 1,000,000 vermin back on the Wandering Isle.
You have a vermin problem?
Hi. We will be glad to help you, Mudmug.
All right then. My place is just around the corner. Come on, let's get to that critter woman.
I told you he was weird.
Hey. He's different, Lily. Not weird. That's rude. Again, I'm willing to cut Lily some slack because she is a child. A lot of children are like this at her age. But yes, Mud Mug is a Texan Pandaran, basically. I joke, but then again, consider that I am a Texan myself, so I'm totally allowed to make that joke. But he's just talking straight up like a Texan. He sounds like Cole Cassidy from Overwatch. Like, hey, partner, you ready to go get them critters? Yeah, greetings and salutations, I suppose. I'm sorry, I'm not quite sure what to say. I'm not used to having much in the way of company around here. That is, not unless they're here to buy some of my brew, of course. You're a home brewer? Well, yep, I've been brewing beer since I could drink it. Some folks say I'm wasting my time, that I could just buy the beer that comes out of that old big old brewery down yonder, but I don't know. There's something right nice about brewing your own mug of ale. Is Mudbug your real name? Oh, heck no. That's just how I make my beer. Muddy water, you see. It's got little bugs in it that ferment your ale for you. Some folks use real yeast grown in a fancy brewery under controlled conditions and what have you. I use muddy water. It's kind of my thing. I guess I'm just not what you'd call cultured. Haha. If you're looking for beer, you came to the right place, neighbor. Just excuse the mess. Had me a bit of a problem with Vermin the last few days.
All right then.
So, as someone who does not drink, I have a question for any alcohol drinkers watching this, and feel free to share in the comments. If you encountered Mudbug and he offered you beer and he told you that he uses muddy water to help make it, and he explains to you why he does it, like the reason he gave about how the bugs apparently help ferment the water, whatever, would you drink it? Like, would that sound appealing to you at all? I'm just curious.
Hey!
Before any kegs are tapped, we have work to do. We have work to do, as Saruman says. These vermin are no different than the vermin on the Wandering Isle, a nuisance that breeds as fast as the rabbits they resemble. Sure, we could kill every last vermin we find, but what's the point in needless bloodshed? Let's just take out their alphas, and they'll slow down with their reproduction.
May your journey be long.
Wait, is this the quest that gets me the... This is what gets me the turnip punching bag. For a long time I wondered how you got this toy, because everybody uses this toy. I didn't know it was this quest.
With you.
In case, just to reiterate, yes, this is the first time I'm actually doing these quests, because I never actually got to do these quests when I was first going through the Pandaria expansion as I was leveling my character. Keep in mind, Legion was the current expansion at the time. And the way leveling worked back then is once you got to a certain level, it would basically direct you to a different zone once you reach a certain level, because scaling wasn't really a thing. It was, once you reach this level, you have to move on to this next part. So you couldn't just keep doing the quests and the zones at your leisure because if it wasn't current content. Nowadays you can do that if you, say, do time walking, which I don't usually pick Pandaria to do time walking, but... You know, but that's why I thought this would be a great opportunity to do this, so I could actually get some of these, since I will also be getting the turnip paint gun. Uncle Chen says that we're going to help this guy out with his vermin problem. Fine by me. I love messing with vermin. Here's the plan. We're going to paint some turnips orange, and then we'll try to convince the vermin that they're carrots. This can only end in comedy. I'll gather turnips, and you find something we can use to make edible orange paint.
Bye now.
Yes, because the vermin love carrots, but they hate turnips. So just imagine their reaction when we give them, hey, look, it's a nice, giant, tasty carrot. And then they're like, ah, no, it's a turnip. Ah. So yes, Lily has quite the sense of humor, even though she can be a little bit of a brat sometimes. But like I said again, she's a child. Let's cut her some slack in that regard. It's very rare to find a child that doesn't have that kind of attitude at her age. Not to mention that she's at that point where, of course, she's right now focused on, oh, this place is so cool. It's like, I want to go explore and see what's out there and find stuff out. And, you know, she's having to be dragged around by her uncle, who's taking a break constantly, and just like, oh man, everything is so slowed down because of this. I don't like it.
It's too far away.
I mentioned how, like, you know, I played Lily a lot in Heroes of the Storm, not nearly as much as Chen, even though I wanted to, but it just didn't seem to work out when I would play him. Like, even though at times he was fun to play, but it didn't exactly work out well depending on comps or in other different types of games and such. Which is why I tended to not play him, especially, let's say, in ranked mode. Whereas I did play Lily sometimes in ranked, and sometimes it would work out, sometimes it wouldn't. It would sometimes depend on who I had available at the time.
I don't have a time.
And at what point in the game it was. Keep in mind, depending on the patch, kind of determined who you would play. And they made some changes to Lily to really help out with her healing, not to just make her the healer that that only new players would play, or that you would introduce to friends of yours, like who wanted to start things out. They actually did try to make her more viable as a solo healer. And she can definitely put out the healing numbers. The problem is that her heals can be a little too slow. And I've said this for a long time in the current version of Heroes of the Storm, is that there's now way too much burst damage in the game that a lot of the healers in the game just cannot keep up with the amount of damage that's being put out to keep up with their healing to match it. And Lily is definitely one of those healers that struggles with that. So, alright, now let's go take out these alphas, as Chen said. I love the names here. This is Frenzy Hop. Ah! You don't take carrot! You take turnip instead!
It's too far away. I don't have a target.
Nope. But yeah, just like just like the kobolds, instead of you don't take candle, it's you don't take carrot. Janaya the Clawblade, who's carrying around rakes
I'm out of range.
as weapons. Love it. Just love it. Berserker Barrage! And then we have Ayu, the Skillet. Because... This Vermin land! Because he's carrying a skillet. Gosh, I love Pandaria. Oh... Ugh. You really do need to take the time to approach Pandaria with a much more light-hearted approach and attitude. And I feel like that's part of the issue here with the dislike, especially on the internet, that a lot of people had towards it, was because a lot of people on the internet are way too, like, edgy and hardcore, and this is much more lighthearted for their taste, and therefore automatically horrible. If it's lighthearted, it's bad, is basically their approach. Which is just not true. Just because it's lighthearted doesn't mean it's bad. Oh. I didn't know I got the bonfire blessing.
Oh, uh-huh.
Unless that's one of the gems I put on.
What?
Whoa! You brought back blood? I guess I should have looked around for a half second before I asked you to bring me something red. Yeesh. Turns back to the ingredients, spends a moment crushing the flower petals, and then mixing in some of the blood. She begins to giggle.
Alright.
Uncle Chen still got his eye on me, which means that I won't be wandering off anytime soon. I guess it's up to you to go take these turnips, carrots, into the Twisted Warren and deliver them for me. It should be pretty simple. Just toss the vegetables in front of the vermin, and then watch the reaction when they find out it's really a turnip.
Okay, see you around.
Ah, good work. You're not bad in combat. What do you say we team up for the next part? We have dealt with the alpha males, and now the alpha female. Vermin are terribly selective when it comes to breeding, but most broods will still have a dominant mother figure. She's usually bigger, meaner, and tougher than anyone else in the brood. You know, I wouldn't mind testing my skills against a Warren mother. Mind if I fight alongside you?
We're gonna be fighting Chufa. You don't get to be a Warren mother by virtue of good looks.
All right. Until next time.
I finally have them.
Well, hello, neighbor. Yep.
You and that Chin fellow are good people helping out with the vermin like you are. I don't like to ask for favors, but I ain't gonna turn them away either. While you're out there putting the hurt to those rabbit men, you wouldn't mind keeping an eye out for some bags of hops, would you? I'm pretty sure they lifted them last night. Probably using them for pillows, knowing how they are.
So long.
Hops? Really? Okie dokie. Now let's see. I think we can go into the Warren down here.
I need to get closer.
The Twisted Warren. Aha! Hops. Oh, those are what hops are. I'll admit, I didn't know what he meant when he said hops. I was like, what's a hop? Like, isn't that what you do when you jump? Nope. Looks like another player has already been through here. Oh, yep. And they are fighting Chufa at the moment. Okay. We'll just, hold off for the moment. It's not that I don't want to help the player, it's that, of course, I'm wanting to show off, you know, the quest in their entirety. Oh, hold on. Hey! I just noticed a funny-looking carrot. It's so fat, I think we should eat it. No, it's turnip! Stay away! We know what it can do. No, it's turnip! Get the carrot! Carrot appeared! Carrots never bad. I think we should eat it. No, it's turnip. Yuck! No, turnip. Oh, hello, sleepyhead.
It's too far away.
I love that they're like, no, it's a turnip. No, of all things, no, not a turnip. Stinky turnips. I mean, they also have a bunch of turnips in here that are just outright stinky.
I need a target.
Come on, Chufa. Let's see if there are any others I can be able to be like, hey, you want a carrot? There we go. Carrot! Seems legit. Ah! Turnip! You come to fight my brood? You come to steal my treasures? Time for Chupa surprise! You're in for it now! Chen? Uh-oh, my pound armor weakening! I love that. No, it's turnip! Also, Chen never showed up. So, sorry Chen, you never bothered to follow me in to take on Chupa, so sorry. You missed out. I love messing with vermin.
Take me with you.
That should take care of the vermin for a few weeks, at least. Enough time for Mudbug to get out a few good batches of beer uninterrupted. And isn't that what's really important?
Come back with some story.
See ya.
Ah, thank you kindly, ma'am. You're a real sweetheart.
Yep. So, got any story?
I'd say we have earned our reward. I can't wait to taste what Mudbug has been brewing. Have a drink with Chudley the Mudbug. Alright.
Travel well. Mudmug, this is fantastic. Strong, too.
Oh, thanks. Most folk round here prefer it over anything from that Storm Stout brewery.
Wait, did you say Storm Stout Brewery?
You know of more storm stouts here in...
Well, shoot. Of course. They're the biggest brewing family in the whole valley.
A brewery? My family. My ancestral home.
Wait a dang minute. You're a Storm Stout?
Yes, I am. Tell me, where is the Storm Stout Brewery? I must see it for my...
You just keep going down this same road, but...
I am going. Lily, you stay here. I will come back for you. Promise me, you will keep out of trouble while I am away.
Yeah, sure. Whatever. I can't believe he left me with the weird mud guy.
Lily?
What's up?
I know Uncle Chen is coming back. I'm not worried. And actually, this is probably my big chance to finally explore Pandaria. No fat uncle tying me down, Lily.
All right.
Uncle Chen asked me not to get into any fights while he was away, but that doesn't mean I can't go exploring. Finally, a chance to look around Pandaria without stopping every 47 steps for another rest. She counted every step. I mean, she was that bored. Again, she's a child. Do you want to come with... Oh, excuse me. Do you want to come with me? I'll bet there's all kinds of cool places that we can visit, not too far away from here. I guess if she's gonna go wander off and explore, I'd better stick with her to watch over her and make sure that she stays safe. Otherwise, Chen's gonna be rather upset, so fine. I'll be like Sindri, watching over Atreus when he was out, while Kratos was not aware he was out, so... We will be watching over Lily as she explores, while Chen is off to go find out more about this Storm Stout brewery when we return. Stay tuned.